This group had an enthusiasm and an energy that was contagious, and it would rejuvenate some of the struggling programs at BE. The coach I was replacing was quick to tell me about this class, and particularly about Andrea. She was just singing the praises. The funny thing is that Coach Liz Trout also had the exact same thing to say about Andrea. Andrea really understood the sacrifice and the work ethic needed to succeed as a student athlete and as a person. Andrea utilized these life skills throughout her high school career. Do your best. Make a commitment and stick to it. 100% effort always. Exhibit a work ethic. Have fun. And be accountable for your actions. Andrea was one of the first multi-sport stars in my tenure at Dwight, and probably one of the top student athletes that I've ever coached. As predicted, she helped reestablish sports at Dwight-Englewood School, leading the school from the bottom of the league to its first state appearance in both field hockey and lacrosse. Andrea filled a different role for basketball. She couldn't shoot either. Her desire, hustle, and leadership were the intangibles that made her so valuable, according to Coach Chris Brown. Her accolades are impressive. She started varsity all 4 years in field hockey and lacrosse. She also was captain her junior year and senior year for lacrosse. For field hockey, and her senior year in lacrosse. As far as league, county, state honors for field hockey, she received them both years, for junior and senior. And in lacrosse, she received league honors, but at that time, lacrosse was just growing for girls. So it was just impressive to receive league honors. It was such a competitive league that we were in. So we were very glad that Andrea received those honors. What doesn't appear on the plaque are just some of the little things that Andrea did for the team. I was looking through some old papers and I came across stats her senior year. And as a team, we scored 23 goals. Andrea scored 18 of them and assisted 3 times. Just get an example of how Andrea controlled the game to help her team. Talking with her former coaches, we all share the same sentiments. Coach Trout reminded me of Andrea's smoothness on the field. She made it look effortless, yet she loved to work. Andrea was the type of leader that made other players around her better. And the young players would try to emulate all her skills. But Andrea was just more than just the talent. Andrea was truly a player for others. Team success was most important to her. Her teammates knew it, opponents knew it, the Bulldog community knew it. She simply enjoyed having fun and some good laughs. Okay, and Coach Lowe definitely reminded me of that. Coach Mueller, when I asked him, reminisced of how she even looked after us coaches, telling him about Fort Lee pizza and the meatball subs. To this day, she remains his little meatball. But it just wasn't the field where Andrea was successful. I refer back to those life skills mentioned earlier, I'm sure instilled by her supportive parents, a supportive sister, and Coach Carson with the tough cookie days. Andrea also distinguished herself academically here at Dwight and always challenged herself. She continued her education at the University of Pennsylvania, where she graduated magna cum laude with honors in economics. And she also played club field hockey and lacrosse there. After UPenn, she worked at USB in Latin American wealth management for 3 years, living in Switzerland and Brazil. She then lived in Salvador, Brazil, and taught English in a very poor neighborhood before enrolling in Columbia Business School to receive an MBA with a focus in energy and finance. Andrea held various roles at Goldman Sachs in commodities, divisions for 3 years. And after Goldman Sachs, Andrea did some various consulting jobs from home related to energy and sustainability. She currently works at Market in environmental markets. For me, the most happiest thing is that Andrea, she was just such a loving person, and that she did find love. And she married Mauricio, and they have 2 beautiful daughters. And I just, hopefully, have the tradition. So, I am very pleased to introduce our second inductee to Dwight-Englewood School's Athletic Hall of Fame, Ms. Andrea Palacios Aranguren.
Thank you very, very much, Coach, for that beautiful introduction. I am incredibly humbled and very flattered to receive this honor. My husband told me not to cry at the beginning, but I should wait to the end, so I'll try. But after having kids, I become very emotional. I want to begin by thanking 2 people that are the reason that I'm here today, and they are my parents. I'm incredibly grateful for all of their support. My parents really represent the true story of the American dream. They immigrated from Spain to the United States with no friends or family and very little money. They are both physicians who worked very hard to be able to provide me and my sister with the opportunity to receive a top-notch education. Their decision to send me to BEAD and eventually to Dwight-Englewood was life-changing. My experience in DE helped to form a foundation of strong values and good behavior that have served me throughout my life. Before I started playing sports at Dwight, I was actually a competitive gymnast. Gymnastics was my first passion. I loved it very much. But gymnastics is a very tough sport, both on the mind and the body, and it requires many hours of training. As I entered middle school, it became harder and harder to focus academically while dedicating so many hours to the gym. That's when Ms. Carson introduced me to lacrosse and to the meaning of being a tough cookie. I can still remember her moving her arms back and forth, showing us how to cradle the ball. This was the start of a new passion. She helped me transition from gymnastics into team sports, which really was a very difficult transition for me. And this honestly proved to be one of the greatest gifts that anybody could give me, because it gave me the opportunity to learn and to understand the importance of teamwork, which has been critical in all aspects of my life. And it's not just the importance of learning that you're part of something bigger than you, and it's not just about understanding that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, but it's about understanding your role in a given team. I can explain. In field hockey and lacrosse, as Coach alluded to, my skills were allowed me to lead by example. In basketball, however, this was not the case. Now Coach Brown is here with his family. Thank you very much for coming. And he can back up Coach Franco on this. Basketball was not my greatest sport. They called me the defensive specialist, which basically meant that I was athletic, but I couldn't make a basket. And I remember one time I stole the ball and I had open lane, like, wow, nobody's defending me, this is amazing. I go to the, I shoot, I make the basket, and I'm so excited, and I realize I scored on the opponent's basket. That probably was the only basket I made all season. And I learned early on that my role in that team would be different, and I adjusted myself accordingly. One of the main reasons that I'm here and that I've been able to be successful and that I was successful in high school is because of all my amazing teammates and my coaches. And I'm incredibly grateful to all of them. I do want to give a special shout out to Coach Franco, who put up with me for many seasons. Coach Franco helped me to understand the importance of two other very important aspects of life, which are determination and focus. I can still remember one of my first varsity field hockey games, and I had been practicing extra all week, even at home. And I actually got the ball in the circle, and I did a move, and it worked, and I scored. And I was very excited. I thought it was like, I'm done here. I'm really excited. And Coach called a timeout. She's like, good job, but now let's stay focused. And, that was really important because, of course, it's important to celebrate your accomplishments, but it really sort of was the beginning of me always trying to achieve more and understanding, that you should settle. Now my husband and I are parents of two little girls, as Coach mentioned. And as we think about their futures and try to determine the best way for them to stay out of trouble and be successful in life, I hope they can also find passion in athletics, as the benefits are vast and the experience has been priceless. Thank you very much for this